Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to First Cut Live. This is our very special Oscars after show. We are here to break down all the winners and all the good stuff coming out of this show. I'm here with RB3. RB3, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good. Yeah, we had some, it's like these technical mishaps just keep happening right when we set up, but we got it going now. We're cooking on YouTube, not yet on TikTok. For some reason, the TikTok thing's tripping, but we'll be back on there soon for y'all TikTok. We apologize, but thank y'all for rocking with us today. Thank y'all for walking with us.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in right now. Obviously, you guys just saw the award show just like we did, so we're going to be reacting to the winners coming out of that. And I say, let's just get right to the big one, the one that we just saw, RB3. How do you feel about one battle after another winning Best Picture?
One battle, you can't, I'm not mad at it. It's a good movie, and it's a technical achievement, kind of a legacy award for PTA, and there's some good themes around it that makes it like modern and contemporary. At the same time, though, you already know, if y'all saw our top 10 video on our channel, which just came out a few days ago, be sure to check that out if you haven't. We broke down our top 10s of the year, and obviously Sinners was ranked higher for me. I think Sinners is the best movie of last year. I think it spoke to the cultural moment that we was in the most in terms of its entanglement of music, soul, horror. I mean, just the fact that the horror genre is just popping the way it is now. Musicals are popping the way they are now. It's kind of the perfect representation of like all of the levels of cinema that's really cooking at the moment. It would have been a perfect Best Picture winner, and it would have been the Best Picture winner maybe in years. But, One Battle After Another is a very, very good film. Very film bro friendly film. Very old head friendly movie, which is cool. But, of course, Sinners is the one I think should have won.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's a missed opportunity, in my opinion. And obviously, this doesn't take away anything from OBAA. I still feel like One Battle After Another has some really good moments and some good things to say for the most part. A little bit of it is a little bit, I don't want to say clunky or clumsy. Some of it's a little clumsy. Some of it's not fully realized. And I feel like it's going more off vibes, which doesn't always work well when you're doing a movie about so many relevant themes. But for the most part, I'm really happy with the film itself. I just feel like it could have handled certain things a little better. And some of the tone switches don't always work, even though they mainly do. But yeah, I think I'm not upset at it. I still feel like, again, I still think it should have been Sinners, and I think it's by far the best film of last year. Like you said, I agree with that. I put it as number one as well. And I think it's by far the superior film in the Best Picture category. A lot of amazing films in there. Really cool ones that I really enjoyed, and I think you and I enjoyed as well. But at the same time, I still feel like Sinners is just the creativity, the genre bending of it all, the way it's able to tackle incredible themes, the musicality of it. There's almost like a musical component to it. In the performances, obviously, are all just really top-notch level that we've seen in the past 10, 15 years in cinema.
Yeah, I want to fill out the temperature with the people. I want to get the chat involved. I want to know what y'all think, because I want to put out the most salacious, most disgusting headline possible, and I really want to get the anger riled up with the title here. So chat, let me know what really angered you this Oscar season. If I was to put the title of this video right now, Sinners got snubbed. One Battle After Another is a piece of trash. What do you think? Y'all think that'll make waves? Let me know. But yeah, I mean, of course, I love a lot of it, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I was talking about it before with you undressed. Some of these tweets, man, I gotta turn my phone on. Like, literally, my phone is like super hot. I can't even pick it up. I can't even see you guys chat because it's like, yeah, whatever. But there are a lot of good things to talk about. Actually, I'll lead with positivity. I'm gonna lead with positivity in terms of the title. Somebody says Sinners, Black Klansman, Do the Right Thing, all lost to mediocre white movies. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, wait a minute.
That's Martial Arts Film Freak, bro.
Martial Arts Film Freak. Yo, thanks for coming over from TikTok, homie. You know, we would have had you straight on TikTok, but thank you, Martial Arts Film Freak. Okay, you know what? Okay, here's what. Okay, yes, I'm gonna say Sinners snubbed. Ryan Coogler wins first Oscar, one battle after another, or OBAA Best Picture. Okay, I'm typing that, y'all. Let's get a good juicy title in. So let's get people tapped in. Kay Hughesby said Train Dream snubbed. Yeah, you know, I'm sure all the trains are loving it right now. See, okay, now YouTube, you scaring me too, because I go to YouTube and then it says not working, and it's working again. Okay, sorry, y'all. It's been a rough night. Salute to Dylan. I was at the Oscar party with my boy Dylan Huang, which is great, and I left a little early for to hang out with the boys with the chat. So, but yeah, what are your thoughts on Dress on the overall?
It's an interesting, like, I don't want to bring that up, but since you brought it up, it is kind of, or Martial Arts Film Freak brought it up. My bad. I don't want to throw you under the bus, but it is kind of an interesting thought process, right? The idea of the two black movies, but one of them is written by a white guy and one of them is written by a black guy. The Green Book effect. I saw someone say that too.
Okay, wait. I said that first. Like you saw that pop up. Did you not think of me? Did you not think of me when I? Because did I not say that like months ago? Like yeah. Straight up, I said that when they announced the Oscar nominations. I was like, yo, this is the Green Book. I was trying to be nice about it, but I did say that. By the way, they took my take, but it's okay.
It's interesting, right? Because I said it in our top 10 video, and shout out, we both like One Battle, but I still personally see a lot of like low key valid, and I mean valid, not just like dismissive. I'm talking like detailed criticism from a lot of black women specifically, and I see a lot of film bros kind of shouting them down, and it's like, I don't know. It is kind of a little weird. There's some things about Perfidia that's still kind of weird. There's still some things about Leo DiCaprio being a self-insert for PTA. Some of that's a little weird. I can't even lie. So I do feel like this is kind of an interesting perspective because it is about Chase Infinity, who is technically one of the leads of the film. So I do want to give credit to that. But at the same time, when you see real, authentic black love, black culture, black celebration, black anguish, black horror, versus like the, imitation of it, it is kind of interesting. And it is kind of it makes you kind of scratch your head a little bit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. Like I said, it's like you get the, now I'm realizing it. Maybe you didn't hear me say that because I said that with Undressing. I said that with Sabrina and Mr. Marin. But it is kind of like you get the black movie versus the kinda black movie, and I'm always gonna root for the all black movie, and that's what Sinners was in this case. But at the same time, though, I'm not gonna be mad at it. I'm not gonna lie. I did rewatch it this morning. Like I was editing clips. My boy Dylan put it perfectly. It's a perfect movie to put on in the background. Like if you just want like a action movie to kind of like, you could kind of tap in on every now and then and be like, oh, something cool happening. Oh, and then you go back to what you're doing. It is kind of a good one of those movies too, because there's not a lot of dialogue and there's, more action-y stuff happening. So I was editing clips, had that in the background. There's a lot of good craftsmanship in it, man. Like I truly cannot be mad at if this was a year that Sinners wasn't up for Best Picture, like I would have, said this was the Best Picture. And, I love PTA. But at the same time, though, it's because Sinners is there. It's because Ryan Coogler should have been the first black director to win Best Director at the Academy Awards. That would have been it. And, I kind of saw the writing on the wall as things was happening throughout the night. I knew when Best Supporting Actress that came up and, Amy Madigan won. That was like, whoa. That came out of nowhere. Like they went this is an all white party. Like that's literally, I was like, oh god dang. Like, hey, Amy Madigan in there over Tiana. I'm like, dang, did Tiana Taylor and Wuni Musako split the black vote? Like what's happening? Like they was like, oh, we're not gonna let this be the BET Awards or something. I don't know what's happening, but that was crazy. That sucked. That category was hard to watch. And then we got to costumes. I thought it was going to be Sinners. I thought they were going to give Ruth Carter her third. She would have been the first black woman to win 3 Oscars. That would have been amazing. And then they had fudging casting. When they lost casting, that was really that was the tell. I was like, man, yeah. I think I tweeted. I think one of the tweets I put out was the supporting actress was a warning. Costumes was the traffic ticket, and then casting was the car getting towed. Like at that point, the race was over. You know what I'm saying? F1 style. Like they was getting dragged off the track, and it sucks to see. But then Hope came back alive when it won cinematography and won Best Actor, original screenplay. Some momentum was picking back up, but it was one Battles award to lose, unfortunately, throughout this whole award season. And but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it. It's definitely just a missed opportunity. It's one of those things where it's like you wish it could have been that way, because I still think it's like the superior film compared to both films. Mm-hmm. And again, based on originality, based on all the things the film is trying to juggle, and juggling it in a really excellent, unique perspective in a unique way. And being able to do that, to me, is the significant. Yeah, let's kind of jump to that real quick, RB3. You're right. Best casting to me was the weirdest one. No hate to the lady casting One Battle After Another. I do feel like just off the Chase Infinity discovery, even though she technically didn't discover her, it's a fair win. But for me, the Sinners cast was just something that's just so different and elevated. The Jamie Lawson, the Wumi Musaka, the discovery of Miles Caton. I feel like that's something that should have been a little bit more considered over, again, people like Leo DiCaprio and Sean Penn. And like, I don't know. If you're casting that, it's like, what are we doing here? Compared to like discoveries like a Jack O'Connell, who's obviously not a new actor, but a working actor being placed in this huge role. Or again, I mentioned Jamie Lawson, Wumi Musaka, Miles Caton, Delroy Lindo. Like, I felt like that casting is more inspired than a One Battle After Another casting. Even though I loved Benicio del Toro as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. Like, it is fair because it's fair only because, like you said, Chase Infinity is an actual legit discovery, and Benicio del Toro and Sean Penn, for one. Come on, man. Sean Penn didn't even show up. Like, he did no campaigning for this thing. He didn't care at all. He was smoking a cigarette at the Golden Globes. Like, what are we doing? Like, he didn't even want it. He didn't even want the award. Like, he was seemingly telling everybody, do not give me this Oscar. And they still gave it to him. Like, what is happening?
He was telling everybody that's not him playing a character, bro.
Yeah, that's just him, dog. He's just a formal crackhead.
He's like, I'm not doing shit, bro. I'm just playing me.
Yeah, nah, he used to, exactly, do crack and like beat up Madonna and all this weird stuff. Like, come on, what are we doing? Like, we could have really gave film legend Delroy Lindo the shot that he deserves. And then, it was a tough night. It was a tough night in terms of wins for Sinners, because again, I was rooting for costume, I was rooting for things, but cinematography though, that was a very pleasant surprise. And we was right. We did our predictions, our will win, should win. I think you and Sabrina both picked Sinners. I think I picked something else. I forgot what I picked. Hopefully I picked Sinners too. I picked Train Dreams. Yeah, I think should have won still. Somebody in the comments, I forgot who, I think Ed M was saying, why would we think that has the momentum? It had won the cinematography awards at the BAFTAs and da-da-da. I'm like, which is a valid point, but there's history behind it. Like, Academy wants to make history. The first woman to win this award for best cinematography, first woman of color. Somebody at the Oscar party said first Asian to win this award. I'm not sure. I could be wrong about that. That one didn't seem valid to me. By the way, hit the like button. Tim Sim hit us with the super chat. Tim, salute to you. Did you see this?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, no, my bad. If you already said it, let me know. Tim Sim said, "Bum that Sinners didn't win Best Picture. The show is linked. this shows there's lingering problems in Hollywood, especially with the story of how executives had issues with Sinners. In the end, Ryan has still has a great career ahead of him. You're absolutely right. It is kind of a screw job from the top down. We already saw how Jay Penske and the Penske Media Corporation was putting out all that negative propaganda about Sinners box office and how it underperformed, all that. You know, if you look into Jay Penske, he got connections with all of these super rich, you know, executives all across town. He also has a little bit of a racist background. Like, he has some dirt. And he's running Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, Variety, IndieWire. All the big sites are literally owned by this one company, big movie sites. So I might get in trouble for even just saying that. He's like the gangster of the thing. But yeah, that's, you know, it was a top-down conspiracy. And I think if that wasn't in place, maybe Sinners would have had a better chance. But also, y'all got to consider, too, Sinners is horror. Sinners is genre. Genre is always going to have a hard time. But yeah, and then Wiley Todd put in Wiley Todd's a member. So you see, if you're a member, you get that special green. Y'all. Like, make sure y'all join members. Maybe we'll do some gift memberships tonight. I don't know. But Wiley says Sinners should have won Best Picture. Also, Timmy should have won, but I like Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, you know. Did you like the Michael B. Jordan win or?
Oh yeah, I mean that's a big one, man. Shout out to the chat going off right now. For me, that's probably the most positive big moment. Autumn and Michael B. That's one of the biggest moments of the entire night, and it's so interesting when you say that, man, because I do kind of agree that there is still a negative energy surrounding Sinners when it comes to people up top, and that's the thing that people forget is that a lot of Hollywood executives are like super freaking racist, and they kind of they don't want to reward actual art created by black people. But yeah, for me the biggest one was Autumn winning for cinematography, and then Michael B. Jordan. How'd you feel about that moment? As soon as the name was called, Adrian Brody was like pointing at him.
Yeah, no, I loved it. I love seeing his speech. It was a great speech. I love Ryan Coogler's speech for Best Original Screenplay too, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, I think, you know, he well deserved, man. I mean, one of the things I tweeted again, this for Fruitvale Station, this for Creed, this for Black Panther. I had a hard time. I know I just named 3 Ryan Coogler movies. I have a hard time thinking of non-Ryan Coogler movies that I like really love Michael B. Jordan in. I guess I could have said Chronicle. This for Chronicle as well. But yeah, no, very, very big moment. Yo, we should phone up Josh Trank real quick. See his reaction to the situation. Like, yo, we should get Josh Trank on the line. Like, he low key, maybe. I mean, Chronicle was one of the first ones that like put Michael B. Jordan on the map. Like, at least in my book. Like,
in movies. Yeah. I mean, he was already in TV. Yeah, I knew him from Friday Night Lights. That's when I first discovered him. Right. I know people knew him from The Wire. I never saw The Wire, so for me, it was Friday Night Lights that really cemented him for me. And then obviously when it came to Fruitvale and then Creed is what did it as well. But yeah, it's funny when we interviewed Josh, bro, he was like, yeah, Mike's my boy, man. That's why I got to cast him as Johnny Storm. And I was like, all right, bro.
I mean, hey, look, I mean,
Oscar, bro.
He did. I mean, look, he knew talent, and them executives again. Them executives. That's why them executives didn't like seeing Michael B. Jordan win, man, because he tried to do some. You know, they tried to do something different. That Fantastic Four, they got mad about that. Black Panther. I mean, Coogler's just such a strong voice. He like bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? He hit you with that Oakland, yo, man. You know, we got to really make sure we dissect the black diaspora and the representation of African Americans from the American coast versus the African coast. And I'm like, I bet he told all the Marvel executives that, and they're like, yeah, okay, no notes. Okay, you're right. So it's like with Sinners, ultimate cooking, an original movie, a piece of cinema where Michael B. Jordan plays 2 roles, very well deserved. Carried it on his back, and very, very good. Very, I mean, I'm that one was, you know me, man. I was an OG Michael B. Jordan hater, man. I was an OG.
I think Joseph Weeks called you out on that top 10 video. I saw that comment.
People, Joseph Weeks, Joseph Ashley, y'all calling me out, man. We all remember. We knew what time it is. If we get when y'all throw in the super chat, I'll hit the Michael BJ voice again one more time for the Okie Oak. But no, love to y'all, man. This is it's historic. Denzel Washington, like he said in the speech, Sidney Poitier. There's only a handful of black male actors. Actually, let me triple check the exact number. Only a handful of black male actors that have won this category. So phenomenal feat, phenomenal.
Yeah, and it's crazy how many black performances we've had that are black leads that should have been recognized, nominated, won as well. That's what I always look at as well. It's just like the opportunities that could have been presented and could have been given. Now he's taking that on as well with his performance in Sinners. And like you said, it's the dual performance that really did it. I think that's what nailed it for most people when it came to voting, because there was a lot of other great performances in there. I know Wiley just mentioned Timmy, but I still feel like that dual performances might have given him the edge over Timmy. And the ballet opera.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was a funny joke in the beginning.
You do not no, but bro, straight up though, you do not fuck with ballet or opera people. Apparently they're La Mafia, bro. They out here smearing this fool, bro. Timmy had to learn the hard way. But he didn't. He stood on it too, which was kind of crazy. He never once, like, anytime in China, he could have been like, bro, shout out to my Chinese homies, but I just got to say I love ballet. That's all he had to do. And he chose not to do it, which is kind of funny. But still, I still think that's Michael B. Jordan, that dual performance of it all, the smoke and stack of it, which is making Stack so memorable and then making Smoke such a pillar and a foundation for that film is really what did it. I know Film Fan 1 says Timmy is damn near 40 years old now. And I keep calling him Timmy. I'm going to keep calling this fool Timmy. Till forever, bro. Yeah. I don't know why he's a Timmy to me.
He gives off that YN vibe.
He does. For sure. He gives off a Timmy vibe, bro. Right. But for me, that's what it is. Wiley in the chat sent 5 First Cut Studio gift memberships. Can you do that?
Yes.
Is that
yes.
legal?
Oh man, yes, you could do. Yes. Oh man. So Wiley kicking off before I was gonna kick it off, man. I was literally just setting it up. Yes, we could give memberships. If you are a member, you can give memberships to other members. And I, as a channel, can give y'all memberships. So, yeah, we could give up to 10 memberships tonight in the chat. I'll be throwing that in a second. I'm trying to tweet. I'm trying to analyze at the same time. But, the Wiley Todd, man, salute to you, Wiley. You the GOAT, man. I saw you in the Wangers chat. I was going to pop up to the Wangers show today, too, but I already had RSVP with my boy Dylan. And we was gonna kick it smooth that way, but Wangers, salute to the Wangers, man.
Yeah, shout out Wiley. Appreciate those. That's a new level we're reaching now with those memberships. So we definitely appreciate that. Those gifts are coming in hot. But yeah, man, it's a historical win. Shout out to him. Acknowledging his mom and his parents there as well, which was really cool moment. And then obviously from his mom, he goes to Ryan and he goes to Delroy. Delroy was like in his corner this whole awards campaign. So shout out Delroy Lindo. That's another snub that we already mentioned, but it's a snub that you could see that he was like, all right, if I'm not going to win, I'm pouring all my energy into this Michael B. Jordan win, which is what he did with that. So I appreciate that for sure. Real quick, man, just because we're talking about it. The Sinners performance. This was something that was talked about. A couple people knew about it as far as like what was going to happen in it. How'd you feel about the Sinners performance when it came to I Lied to You?
That was an amazing performance. Just absolutely great. I thought it was phenomenal. I mean, I was worried how you're going to execute that thing live with the sound mixes and the transitions, but they did it perfectly. And I would love to see this on the stage further, like, as a paying ticket something, or like a theater. I don't know, but it was great. I loved it. That was phenomenal, truly.
Yeah, it's interesting to see them recreate it on the stage version of it. I was curious to see how they were going to do that with the dancers, like you said, with the music, with the cameos and reveals. Did you recognize all the reveals and cameos that showed up?
No, because if I'm being honest, this part was when I was it was early in the show. So this is when I was just pulling up to the Oscar party and I was watching on my phone. So I didn't really know. I didn't really see up close, but I saw Shabuzi. I, of course, like Shabuzi was there. Was that Buddy Guy doing the intro too for that?
I don't know if he did the intro, but that was him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. And then that was. I mean, it was great. What else? Who else was in there though?
I mean, the one that got the biggest attention and that got a lot of love was Misty Copeland doing a little ballet routine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I figured it was
Misty Copeland is the famous ballerina.
Oh, okay.
And did you see the ending when she did her little ballet routine at the end?
Yeah. I mean, I just assumed that was just like the dancer.
No, that's Misty Copeland, bro.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's hard to describe. Like for anyone who doesn't know who Misty Copeland is, she's like the LeBron of ballet. She literally is like the goat of ballet, like the reigning champ of ballet. And she decided to come out just so she can point at Timmy Chalamet. She was like pointing at him, bro. No, she didn't do that.
She toe pointed at him.
Yeah, she toe pointed at him with her toe. But apparently she just got hip replacement surgery like 3 months ago, and she still did like a little mini routine. That was like the cherry on top of that Sinners performance because of who Misty Copeland is, number one, but also because of the whole ballet aspect of it all. I thought it was pretty funny. And then the audience went crazy, bro. Like once the performance ended, I was like, okay, everyone's having fun. Everyone really enjoyed it. Seeing Jack O'Connell come up too was really funny. And the other two homies there as well. His two vampires along with him. The whole thing was fun. It was just really fun. It was a really fun way to almost kick off the show. It was like the second or third thing that came up. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that was early in the show. I loved it. That was the showstopper. I was like, man, like, I mean, maybe it does deserve to win. Best original. I mean, I was always on K-pop side, but
yep.
And both were great. Both performances was great, but I definitely think the live performance of "I Lied to You" was definitely more impressive than the live performance of the K-pop Demon Hunter one, in my opinion, personally.
No, I agree, and I still want to give a shout out to K-pop Demon Hunters for the win. They won Best Animated Feature and Best Song, Original Song. Shout out to EJ. Still pissed. I'm mad. I'm legit mad that they cut homie off, bro.
Yeah,
why you gotta cut people off like that, man? That one got me mad, bro. They got to stop doing that. All to give an extra 10 minutes to Bridesmaids. What are we doing?
Well, yeah. I mean, that was
come on, man. What is this? We could have cut like this in half, and we could have given everyone their speeches.
Yeah, that was really funny. Was like, that was really funny. Like they cut them off, and then they uncut them, like, and then they cut them off again. Like I'm like,
but they did that in the beginning. They didn't do that to the K-pop Demon Hunter, homie.
Oh yeah. Oh, for the animated feature. Yeah, for animated feature, they full on cut them off and like dragged them off. Yeah, that was crazy. That was insane. Yo, that was
nuts. The crowd was kind of going at it too. The crowd was kind of booing. And I was like, oh shit, if the crowd gets it back, they can probably like will their way back into it. But unfortunately they didn't, and they just cut homie off. And like I said, they cut you off only to give 5-10 minutes more to something so silly to the point that it's just like, what? Who? What? Like, no offense to Bridesmaids, but what are we doing? I don't know. I just didn't get what this had to do with anything when it came to that. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a wild. That was wild to see them. It's like, I don't know what the tiers are like, because they cut off them homies for best animated feature, but then for best animated short, you know, they had to. Or sorry, best live action short. They actually had the tie situation, so they had to give 2 speeches. And then I think they try to cut off one of the live action speeches too, like the second one. So it was like, but then they still let them finish. I just loved when they lowered the mic, turned off the lights, and then there's that one moment when they cut to Conan and he's just like laughing, and then clearly, you know how production goes, like clearly somebody's in Conan's ear, like telling him, get to the next segment, say the next joke. And he's like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. We're just gonna live in it. And then they brought the mic back up and fixed it up. But that was just funny, man. That was just funny. By the way, I gifted 5 memberships in the chat. Just now. Martial Arts Film Freak, some of y'all got it. Thank y'all to everybody who got it. And if we want to give more memberships, let me know. I can only give 10 in a month though, y'all. So sorry, we're halfway through the month. I already gave y'all half, so I don't know if I can give too much more, but we'll see. Maybe if we get popping, then let me know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens now. But yeah, let's go to screenplay. We got Ryan Coogler getting his win for best original screenplay. How was that, man?
Great moment, man. Great moment. Of course, historic moment. You know, it was a layup. I mean, we already knew it was going to Ryan Coogler. He deserved to win it, and Sinners is a very original film. I think that, of course, his speech, you know, we've seen Ryan Coogler give so many great speeches during the award season. His speech was right in that vein. Gotta thank the wife. Gotta thank, you know, his people. Yo, y'all. No more Oakland accents. No more. And it was crazy. I was at the Oscar party with a bunch of people from the Bay Area, and I tried the Oakland accent. It was like, nah, that's not it. Don't do that no more. I was like, okay, word. I loved it, and Ryan Coogler, again, only the second black person ever to win the best original screenplay category. Jordan Peele was the first with Get Out, and that leads me to my next point, which is the coolness of the category of best original screenplay. I mentioned this before on a previous First Cut Live, but when you look at the winners of the best original screenplay category, it's arguably the coolest collection of people. Again, like I mentioned, Jordan Peele, Spike Jonze won best original screenplay for Her. Sofia Coppola won best original screenplay for Lost in Translation. Cameron Crowe won best original screenplay for Almost Famous. Emerald Fennell, you know, a divisive filmmaker, but again, won for Promising Young Woman. Christopher McQuarrie, the director of Mission Impossible and all that stuff, won for Usual Suspects. Coen Brothers won for Fargo. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck won for Good Will Hunting. Quentin Tarantino, he won twice. But you know how we feel about him. You know, Django is one of those winners, and I love Django as a movie individually. Charlie Kaufman and Bong Joon-ho, Kenneth Branagh. So if you just look at like the winners of best original screenplay as in a capsule, it's literally some of the best filmmakers, writers, and directors of all time. And many of whom I just named, besides Bong Joon-ho, have not won, and the Coen brothers have not won best director, but they've only won best original screenplay. So it's a kind of a uniquely niche category of like very artistic people who've made very artistic original movies, but still haven't gotten the recognition on the director's front. And I think that one day, fingers crossed, in fact, not fingers crossed, we know what's happening. Ryan Coogler will win best director one day, for sure.
Yeah, hopefully he does. And I think if he does, it might low-key be for something original. I mean, obviously, I'm sure
it's not going to be for Black Panther 3. I mean,
I don't think so. I think a lot of IPs, though, I mean, a lot of studios are going to hit him up for IPs and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I think he might, now that he's like reaching a different level, he might just turn him down, which is obviously going to be his choice. But I can see that. I could see him winning for an original screenplay that he does himself.
Yeah, no, exactly. And Warhol says Spike Lee. Yeah, Spike Lee did win for best adapted screenplay for BlacKkKlansman. Way overdue, but and many people felt like Spike Lee should have won best original screenplay for Do the Right Thing back in 1990. And that would have been the first African American to win the best original screenplay category. But Spike Lee was screwed over by the Academy. You know, he made some comments that they didn't like. Kim Basinger even came out on the Oscar stage and said that Spike Lee was famously snubbed. So it's, you know, Spike Lee definitely laid the pattern for these guys. And that's why Spike, I think if you've been seeing Spike's Instagram, and he's been promoting the heck out of Sinners, you know what I'm saying? And I love that Spike Lee kind of knows when to hand the torch over to the next generation. And honestly, Ryan Coogler is like the perfect evolution of Spike Lee in a way, because it's like he is artistically forward. He isn't afraid to push boundaries and do long takes and create new shots and invent a whole new visual language. But at the same time, he's also, in a way, he's kind of like a Spike Lee mixed with like a Christopher Nolan, you know, in terms of like, he also can play in the IP world and give us that epic big scale filmmaking and still deliver in that epic sense. So Ryan Coogler is one of the best filmmakers, writers, directors ever at this point. Like, he's honestly, in my opinion, one of my GOATs. And I'm not just saying that because he's a USC graduate. I'm not just saying that because he's black. I'm saying that because he has some of the four or five best films of all time. And he deserves to be in that conversation. And I don't want to skip around too much, but he also made Ludwig Göransson one of the GOATs too. In my opinion, Ludwig Göransson has officially passed Hans Zimmer in the GOAT conversation tonight. After winning his third Oscar, Hans Zimmer only has 2 Oscars. Ludwig Göransson has 3. I think the debate might be over.
I don't know, man. Hans Zimmer still, as I'm the biggest Ludwig fan there is, but Hans Zimmer he's still got the juice, man. He's still like that Dune score. If it wasn't for Dune 2, if maybe I'd agree with you, but that Dune 2 score, that shit was nuts. And I think he won the Oscar for that too, right?
He did. That was his second Oscar. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do feel like you're hitting on a lot, and I gotta say, so I gotta get it off my chest.
Yeah,
I was gonna tweet this out. No, you're good. I gotta get this off my chest. Speaking about Ryan Coogler's success, Creed was my number 1 movie of that year. That's 1. 2, Creed 2 was awesome, and I know that wasn't Ryan, but that kind of spirit behind it was really cool.
Stephen Cable Jr.
Trilogy, Stephen Cable Jr. That's right. But one thing I will say, and I'm still salty about it, because there was this weird, and I don't know if you saw it, I'm sure you did, smear campaign, like low-key subtle smear campaign against Wakanda Forever, a film that I put as like my number 2 or number 1 MCU movie of all time, probably top 3 or top 2 in there. And I think that movie is beautiful and legit perfect, in my opinion. And people shat on that shit, and it still gets me mad. And I still think it's such an underrated ass film that people, for some reason, they didn't. A lot of it is misogyny, to be fair. They just didn't like Shuri. They're like, "Oh, Shuri, a woman." And it's like, bro, look at the movie. Just watch the damn movie. It's a really good ass movie, and I think Ryan should get more credit for that.
Yeah, no, most definitely. He's one of the. The fact that he had to deal with all that mourning and loss in the production of that
and
film,
what he created out of that,
it kind of made the art out of the out of the reality. And again, to me, one of the GOATs. I'm excited to see where he does next, and I think we might hopefully be seeing just the beginning of a new birth of original material from him. I kind of I really don't know why I say like in person or on stream anymore. But somebody I said this to, but I'm saying here, if you compare Coogler to like Christopher Nolan in terms of like, you had the indie film early on, and then you had the kind of medium tier film with like Creed, and then with Nolan, he had that one with Robin Williams and I can't remember off the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and then you get into the franchise world with Black Panther, same way Nolan did with The Dark Knight. If this is Ryan Coogler's like inception in terms of like his career trajectory, we still have not yet to seen the best. Like, we still have not seen Ryan Coogler's Oppenheimer. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're still probably like 10 or 13 years removed from seeing Ryan Coogler's magnum opus. And that's what kind of gets me the most excited. And, I know he says he's not a competitive guy. I know he says he doesn't vote because he doesn't share, his opinions on his artist friends. I get it, whatever. I don't, that's not me. I don't know how you can live that kind of life, but he does. But at the same time, though, I still feel like a little fire's burning inside this brother. I feel like inside he's like, Sinners was better than One Battle. Like, I should have got that over him. It's like, for sure. So I think he's going to come back strong.
Yeah, I agree. And obviously, it's still just regardless if he does or doesn't, what he set up with Sinners is just timeless, and it really is legendary, which is why his whole deal is so impactful. The fact that it's 25 years and the rights go back to him, and the fact that he can do what he wants with it. That's such a G move, man. That's the most G shit I think I've seen in Hollywood in a minute. It really is. That's some crazy shit. So
yeah, no, he's an OG, man, and I think again, we're yet to see the best from Coogler. I think we're definitely far removed from, and not far removed, but we're definitely going to see all the, like you said, studios knocking down his door. I know they're talking about that X-Files thing that's going to be shooting pretty soon. Danielle Deadweiler, who's an amazing actress in herself, is starring in that. I'm very, very excited for Coogler's next steps. I'm excited for, and not to keep the hater rate going, I'm curious to see what PTA does next too. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though it wasn't a big, even though, he's a veteran and he obviously has done a lot of films, a lot of people don't really put money behind PTA movies. I mean, if you've seen The Master or Phantom Thread or a lot of his other previous films, even like Licorice Pizza, very like low key, lower budget, lower scale kind of things. Maybe PTA does get a big budget thing. Maybe they give him like a Mission Impossible or something stupid like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I don't know if he would like it. Maybe he would. Maybe he would just like it because of the money.
Yeah. Well, he said in the interview that he would want to do a Mission Impossible movie. He said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why I threw that one out in particular.
Yeah, it's interesting because this is one of his biggest budgets ever, right? This was his biggest budget, right?
Yeah, I think 160 million or 130. Let me double check.
That's got to be his biggest budget. Yeah, there's no way it's not. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm curious about it. I'm curious how PTA, obviously the Oscar one's going to get him a lot of love. But I do feel like it's kind of interesting to see that one battle after another, as big as it was, didn't even touch what Sinners did. Box office wise.
Yeah.
So it is kind of an interesting place to be. But then again, you could say the same thing about Licorice Pizza. That didn't necessarily do crazy numbers either. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm definitely curious to see where his career goes.
I think this is definitely one of the award shows that's going to be like, one of them's for the culture, one of them's for the older Caucasian crowd, So Sinners is for the culture. Sinners made a lot of money because black people, white people, film bros, everybody went out and saw it multiple times. I know black people, I know brothers and sisters who don't even go to the movies, and they was like, yo, I'm running back Sinners again. Like, yo, I've only seen you go to the movies like twice a year, like once for an Avengers movie and once for like, whatever, like House Party or something. And then you went to see Sinners twice? What? Like, if people really, like, it really connected to a whole different level of people. One Battle, it's a nice streaming movie. It's a nice movie that you could catch. And not to say the theatrical experience was amazing. One of the best theatrical experiences of the year. It was my number 2 movie of last year. But it is like it had that less of a cultural touchstone because it's not to say it's not accessible, but there's less of an appeal to it. Like you said, how can you expect black women to get on board with like Ophelia Beverly Hills? You know what I'm saying? How can you expect some people to get on board with this like fake liberalism or this fake revolutionary spirit that you're bringing in without like actually reading the text or getting involved with the current movements that's going on now? So yeah, deep stuff, interesting stuff. It's a good movie, but it's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. They're both great movies. I just love Sinners more. Sinners is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's interesting. The accessibility is interesting for sure. I mean, the movie starts with Perfidia telling Sean Penn to jerk off. Like, that's how the movie starts.
Yeah.
So it's clearly not as accessible as Sinners on just that capacity because you're just kind of confused as far as what's going on and her characterization as well. Yeah, it's interesting because there is a lot of layers to it as well when it comes to Perfidia. I do feel like she's not as one note as people claim her to be, but as the film itself, when it comes to, if you think about it, man, my first time watching Sinners was kind of crazy too, because the musicality aspect is something that I don't think I was expecting, but I don't think a lot of audience members were expecting. They were expecting a more straightforward horror vampire movie, and they got a low-key musical. So that's another reason why Sinners, I think, will stand a test of time, because in the middle of the movie, you get to see an amazing sequence, 2 amazing sequences that are really timeless. Both musical sequences are absolutely incredible and timeless.
And the thing is, and I'm so glad, it understood the right line to incorporate music, because I think there's a lot of people who like musicals, but there are a lot of people who truly don't like musicals. And this didn't beat you over the head with music. Like, it used music in a very precise way, in a very like storytelling forward way, instead of just to like cut to song and, you know, random dance numbers. And I think that's what had that little bit of an elevated touch for people, and it made it connect to a lot of people who, again, I'm saying this, you know, like I said on the stream recently, you know, I showed it to my mom recently, you know, like, and I skipped through all the scary parts, of course. But she also hates musicals, but she didn't mind the musical sequences because they wasn't like beating us over the head with it. Like, you know, they had the one showstopper with "I Lied to You," and they followed it up with a nice, solid piece with Perline, the stomp out joint. Oh, and then before that, of course, the harmonica moment with when we first get introduced to Delta Slim. You know,
it's a couple. Yeah, you're right. There's a couple in there.
Yeah.
Because they also have, obviously, Rocky Road to Dublin is a legendary one as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you're right. They have Pale Pale Moon, I Lied to You, that little sequence with Delroy Lindo. I'm missing one. There's got to be another one in there. Oh, the Pick Poor Robin Clean. Pick Poor Robin Clean.
Yeah.
That one counts too.
Yeah, that counts too. It's more of a joke one, but yeah. That's
it still counts.
It still counts, yeah.
And then when they sing it again, when they're calling out, I forget her name, Grace. When they're calling her out, they start singing that one again. Shout out to seeing them on stage, bro. I thought that was cool. The actors on stage was cool.
That took me a minute to understand what was going on, because I'm like, wait, what do they have in? Are they all in a movie together, or like what are they? Because, you know, oh my god, and there's so many of these terrible commercials they just do in the middle of this Oscars. It was a great Oscars in the fact that they showed the clips, they showed the actors clips, they showed the screenplay clips. Great presentation. Conan was great. But when you have a whole 30, not 30, over exaggerating. We have a whole 5-minute cutaway ad to Mandalorian and Grogu with Sigourney and Pedro. They talking to a little baby. They try and make it clap. Like, what are we doing? It felt so shameless. It felt nasty. Like, that felt nasty. But like you said, there were a lot of great standout moments that were. For
a second, bro, I misheard you, and I was like, whoa, what Oscar show did I miss, bro?
Wait,
trying to make it clap. What show?
Hey, yo,
Grogu, what is Grogu getting up to?
Yo.
And I was like, did I miss this?
Hey,
I didn't see that.
Hey.
I would have preferred that, bro. I'm just playing.
That's funny.
Shout out, Grogu. Yeah, that was weird. Again, I still go back to the Housemates one, not Housemates. What are they called? Not Housemates. Bridesmaids. God.
Oh, Bridesmaids. Oh yeah, that was wild.
That one to me dragged on. There was a couple of them that to me it was just like, are we really gonna cut people off for this? Mm-hmm. Like, if you're gonna do it, at least make it fun or funny, and not, like you said, like super corporate or super weird or off-putting, or I don't know. Some of this, it just didn't work. It just didn't work, and most of those don't work, to be honest. So, yeah. Yeah, no,
yeah. Some of them didn't work. I will say though, when they did the cutaways and they had that one with Sterling K. Brown and Conan O'Brien and talking about the Casablanca thing. Oh man. And there's like Sterling K. Brown gotta do comedy, man. He gotta do more comedy, because the way he hit that old Southern voice, like, you mean the one that is married to somebody else but won't get divorced? And it was like, yo, that literally had me dying. Like, that was
everybody,
so funny.
The whole theater was going crazy, bro. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm still trying to figure out, was that a cutaway, or was that like, did they film that like in real time and just made it black and white?
I think they did, yeah.
Yeah. That was actually really hysterical. That was maybe the best bit of the night.
Yeah, I was going to say, I should have tweeted about that one. I was watching it, just enjoying it, but I should have made sure to give a shout out to Sterling K. Brown, another Ryan Coogler actor.
You right.
Yeah. Obviously, again, I always go back to this, but he's always going to be Gordon to me. Gordon from Supernatural. Great performance in that. Have you seen Supernatural?
I still haven't seen Supernatural, nah.
He's great in that. He plays like a little small bit villain in there, but he's great. And obviously he's an Emmy-nominated actor from Paradise. And then what's that show he did for a long time on ABC?
It was NBC. Something with the
family, raising a family or something like that.
Yeah.
He's great. He's just a genuinely great performer. So I'm with you on that. I'm curious to see him in Is God Is. That's that movie coming out. So yeah.
Yeah, nah, yeah, I'm excited to see him too. I mean, This Is Us, that's what it is. Yeah, This Is Us. Yeah. Thank you to Warhol in the chat. The only thing BCD said the only thing I didn't like is the clips. I could hardly hear most of the dialogue because of background cheering applauding over him. I mean, yeah, I heard him pretty good though,
I heard him okay, yeah.
But I just appreciate any time that I used to love those clips when I was a kid. That's kind of what made me fall in love with the Oscars and like fall in love with movies. So I'm glad they had a very clip forward show. I'm glad that they, knew when to use Conan, when not. Because there are times that, Conan would come back up. I'm like, oh, shoot, I kind of forgot he was hosting. But they had a great presentation. The choice to only do 2 songs makes sense. It makes sense. We don't need all them songs. It's not the Grammys. And who literally cared about the other 3? Like, there's literally, like, I hate to say Diane Warren, but sis, you got to give it up.
Apparently she was pissed.
I mean, how can you not be pissed? You can't even win the song, Best Original Song for the documentary you made about not winning Best Original Song 16 times. It's crazy. I'll be mad too.
That is crazy. Yeah, it's kind of funny how it was always going to be between Golden and I Lied to You, and they decided to do that. I'm curious if you're right. If they do that again, how are they going to do that? Are they just going to pick what they think are the 2 favorites? And go from there, I guess. Who knows? That'd be a very interesting question that the Oscars would have to have. So
yeah, I mean they've skipped songs in the past. I remember when
they did
All the Stars had came out, they had skipped that one. But I think it's because Kendrick had said no to come in, so like they had skipped that one. But yeah, man, I mean there was so much. There's a lot. Oh yeah, the Stellan Skarsgård bit. Joseph Week said, and we're gonna talk about more of this stuff tomorrow on First Cut Live. Too, tomorrow at 7 p.m. So we don't want to give away all the juicy bits, and Sabrina's gonna tap in with us too. Maybe I gotta see if John Marin would be down to tap in too, because Marin actually worked the awards. And if you follow First Cut TMO on Instagram, see the Instagram stories. We got a lot of great close-up red carpet footage of a lot of celebrities on First Cut TMO. Check us out on Instagram. A lot of good stories that are, a lot of good Instagram stories. I think Ava DuVernay even retweeted or reposted the one that John had posted from Real One's account. So yeah, I mean, it's up, and this is, it feels good, man. This is the Oscars. The Oscars are like the Super Bowl of movies, and even though my team didn't win, it was still a close game. They both won 4 Oscars, by the way. One battle, wait, one battle might have won 5. Yeah, one battle won 5 Oscars, and Sinners won 4. Frankenstein won
3.
Right? Frankenstein won 3. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. So salute to Frankenstein, man. Hey.
And the 3 that I think it deserved 100%, like bar none, in my opinion, was costume, makeup, and production. I was like, give them those 3 because nobody else can compete, in my opinion. I thought Sinners was great in all those categories, but to me, Frankenstein just killed it.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Oh, and Fire and Ash. Shout out Fire and Ash.
Yeah, I went for Best Visual Effects. I was terrified F1 would win. And see, here's the thing, man. People gotta stop putting smut on my name because people. Okay, look, we did an Oscar poll at my job, right? And look, they even tell you on the ESPN little app, like they give you the percentages of like who's gonna top, and some of those predictions were wild. Like they had Stellan Skarsgård top for supporting actor. Some of it didn't make sense, but a lot of people in my office just clicked the top pick, and then boom, they had better scores than me. I didn't do that. I didn't go with the top picks. I went my heart this time. I went with heart, gut, and intuition, and that is what led me to poor choices. To poor choices like F1 being Best Visual Effects, like F1 being for Best Film Editing. I was tripping with that when I said that. I admit. Of course, directing, I put Ryan Coogler. I didn't think that was a long shot though, to be honest. Sinners was such a big surprise, man, for cinematography. That one I actually did. I think in the prediction video I said Train Dreams on the Oscar ballot. I put one battle just because Ed made a good point in the comments last time. But dang, man, Sinners. I'm still happy about that, man. I'm still happy about that one.
I'm so happy about that one, man. That's such an underrated aspect of Sinners too. The way it's shot, the IMAX of it all. Autumn just absolutely killing it in every moment. It just every shot in that movie is really something special, and I think that's a well-deserved win that to me stood out a lot more than One Battle After Another. That was also nominated. That was competing. Train Dreams, we talked about it in our prediction video. I still think that's like the most like stereotypical pretty movie, like really well shot. But to me, there was a little bit more dynamic creativity with Sinners, with what Autumn did, if that makes sense. Dynamic creativity.
No, I agree. The usage of IMAX, the usage of low light photography, they use the different film formats, 35 millimeter, 65 millimeter, IMAX. Great stuff all the way through and through. Joseph Ashley, actually, yeah, I'm gonna read some of the chat real quick. If that's cool. We're gonna tap out soon. We're already at 55 minutes. We got 41 people watching. Salute to y'all, man. 41 people, only 19 likes. Y'all, what are we doing, y'all? Come on, man. We better than that. Hit that like button. People, what are we doing? Where's my little my little button here, man? Here we go. Yes, sir. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bells if you haven't already. And yeah, in the chat, Ed M said Black Panther, Moonlight, 12 Years a Slave, the most successful films with a black cast and director, each with 3 Oscar wins. Sinners broke the 3 Oscar win ceilings with 4 wins. Ooh. Very interesting.
That is interesting.
Very interesting. I did not calculate that. That's crazy that Moonlight and 12 Years a Slave won Best Picture with only 3 Oscar wins. That's insane. That's nuts. That's kind of that's low-key what was giving me hope about Sinners towards the end, because after one cinematography, I was like, oh shoot, maybe it does have a chance. And then Best Actor came and then won that. And then, yeah, but we know how it went, but I'm not mad at it. Somebody said, oh, by the way, Ryan Coogler's definitely winning an Emmy for that X-Files thing, whenever they do that. Like, they're definitely about to give him an Emmy because it's about to cook. Mary Lander said One Battle After Another is so overrated. Yeah, that's again, check out our top 10 video addressing Sabrina scolded me heavily for putting it number 2. So you'll probably enjoy that. And somebody said this is the DEI Oscars. Okay, who is you, buddy? Who is you, A-Bird? What are you talking about? Yo, son, I don't know you kind of YouTubers you think we are over here, my boy. We don't do that, okay? Yo, what's going on, man? I'm gonna have to. All right, I'm gonna handle you in a second when I figure out how YouTube works. And BCD said Autumn is the first woman cinematographer. Yep, to win. Yep. Yeah, it's great, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful moments. Not Sinners. I'm sure Coogler's walking home happy. He won an Oscar. People are happy with Sinners. I still think it just should have won Best Casting and Best Picture, in my opinion.
I agree, and I'm with you on that. I think you could tell that vibes when he won that Oscar, that first one for screenplay. You could tell he was like, yeah. I did that, which was cool. So yeah, I think that's a really well-deserved one, and the fact that he got to go on stage with Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, who were excited for him too.
Yeah, that was a little random, to present. Why were they presenting Best Screenplay?
They want to promote Endgame, I think is what they said. Yeah, they want to promote Endgame. They want to promote Jimmy Kimmel Live, apparently. Lionel Richie was on there to promote American Idol. And then, what else? The Mando and Grogu. We got Mando and Grogu, too.
What are we doing? Yeah. What's happening? We love corporate synergy. We love corporate synergy.
the Pullmans were there to shout out Thunderbolts. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that was sick. I don't mind Lewis Pullman, man. I actually think Lewis Pullman is a fun guy. You know, what
I
I'm
like
saying?
Thunderbolts, bro. We both liked it. We were there.
Yeah.
So shout out them. Yeah. For me, I agree. Sinners was cool, and I think that moment is definitely going to live on, as well, especially the Michael B. Jordan one and the Ryan Coogler one and the Autumn one. Those individual wins are definitely going to live on for a minute. Yeah, Madigan's weapons win was my favorite, says Edmund 331.
That was the first one up. Look, okay, I'll say this too. I'm black. I'm the friend that's too woke. I know about Twitter outrage. If somebody gets outraged on Twitter more than me, it's a shocker, right? I saw the timeline heating up after that one happened. I already saw the Oscar so white thing creeping up. I was like, okay, let's chill, y'all. Let's chill. I get it. Two black women lost. There could still be some history made here. And there was a little history made. It would have been better if Ryan Coogler won Best Director. It would have been better if Uni or Tana Taylor would have won. It also would have been better if they would have won Best Casting. It would have been better if they won a few other categories. But we still had the first woman cinematographer winning. We still had the second black man winning for the screenplay category. So there were still achievements. And I know it wasn't what we wanted, but the timeline, we can't get the outrage from the first category. And I know, like, Amy Madigan, let's be real. Come on. That was a legacy award. Like, she didn't deserve that. Like, let's keep it 100. Like, we all know she didn't really deserve it. We know Tiana deserved it or Uni deserved it, whichever side you on. Both of them were phenomenal. They both deserved it. But you also got to understand, too, they will both be on this stage one day in the future again. Like, Tiana Taylor is not going anywhere. She's definitely going to me, she has the talent to be there, not only from this movie, but the movie 1001 that she did from director A.V. Rockwell. Phenomenal film. She has talent. Uni Masako, she definitely has so much talent. She's definitely going to be there again. They're both going to be Oscar winners sometime down the line. I know it. I feel it. But, they just gave Amy Madigan the award because she owed, and she is a legacy award.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a legacy award. I'm with you on that. I just never expected her performance. She's great. She's great in Sinners. I mean, not Sinners, Weapons. Mm-hmm. But it's just definitely not enough to win an Oscar, in my opinion. And who knew that Weapons is an Oscar-winning film now? I never would have expected that, for sure. And that opening bit was literally just a Weapons reference as well.
Yeah, that's
yeah, so I think it's more, I'll take it as a win for her legacy, and I'll take it as a win for horror. That's how I viewed
horror
it.
too. Yeah.
So shout out horror, shout out genre films getting some wins. I'm with you on that. I'll push back a little bit just because I still feel like Lily Gladstone winning would have been something more special for her. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people were saying the same thing you were, where it's like Lily Gladstone's going to do like 20 movies. And I'm like, is she though? She's a native woman who's trying to make, I don't know. I think it would have helped her. I think it would have helped her a lot more than Emma Stone, who's like I said in last week, like legendary living actress. Like she's probably the GOAT right now, or one of the GOATs when it comes to actresses. So I don't know. I still think it's kind of a missed opportunity for that, but I took it as a W, at least for horror and for genre. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they'll keep getting cast in films and movies, but I think they will. So yeah, no,
I agree. I think sorry, I'm blocking this A-Bird guy. I think I figured it out.
Yeah, Mary Lander says MBJ played two characters. None of the other actors came close to what he accomplished technically. Yeah, Warhorde says, shout out Zach Kreger. He has a chance to be the best young director behind Ryan Coogler and Peele. Yeah, he's doing Resident Evil. Like, for crying out loud, that's crazy. That you're the one who gave him that shout out for that Resident Evil movie. Imagine going from this to Resident Evil. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for Resident Evil, whatever he does with that. I was expecting Emma Stone to win again after her previous upset, BCD says in the chat. Yeah, it's all very interesting when it comes to seeing these actors again. I'm curious to see what they come out with, because we have seen other talented creators not get as much love as we feel like they should have. So
yeah, it's the same thing. Martial arts film freak said, I'm tired of the Legacy Awards after Jamie Lee Curtis stole the Oscar from Stephanie Sue. Got the Legacy Award out of here. To be honest, she really, I mean, to me, in my opinion, she stole that one from Angela Bassett, in my opinion.
Ooh, also.
And, yeah.
Either one would have been way better than Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Angela Bassett should have been first on that.
Yeah, I need Ryan Coogler. I need Ryan Coogler to get Angela Bassett another one. You know what I'm saying? Another good role, because we know what he could do with these performances. The fact that an MCU actor even came that close to winning an Academy Award for acting, like, come on, you know this guy's the GOAT. And in a fair world, again, like in a fair world, Michael B. Jordan should have been nominated for Black Panther for Killmonger. Like, in a completely fair world, that is one of the most transcendent villain performances we've seen probably since Heath Ledger's Joker. Like, keeping it 100, even down to, you see the influence of the hairstyle in every game design character ever. You know what I'm saying? The impact is just different with Michael B. Jordan. And like you said, he should have got nominated for Creed. He should have been nominated for Fruitvale Station. The fact that this was his first nomination and first win, it's like it really should have been his fourth nomination, and a second win maybe. But they finally gave it to him. It was long overdue for him too. Timothy, he could have some years to maturate and figure it out. Like, he's gonna turn this into his whole Leo thing, and he's gonna be the one that never gets it until he's like too old or whatever. And when he does that, salute to him. But for right now, in this moment, Michael B. Jordan deserved it. Played two roles, like Marilyn said, and salute to them.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool when these award shows happen, because you remember all the good stuff they've done in the past, right? I still think Coogler should have won Best Director, and I could have been given him even more shout outs. But man, I'll never forget watching Creed my first time in theaters, man, and watching that Lord knows training montage scene, and it ends with him running with the motorcycles. That's when I was like, this right here, I'm watching a legend in the making, bro.
To that Meek Mill soundtrack.
To Lord Knows with Meek Mill. Yeah, Lord knows I'm filthy rich. Yeah, and he's running, and he's like, come on, Creed, let's go. And they're all like revving up their engines, and he's running faster and faster and faster, and then the music crescendos with Ludwig's score. Killer, man, just absolute legend. So that's one thing that I'm glad that hopefully people can keep up with that, because to me that's another Ludwig score that should be nominated. That Creed score was crazy. Super original and super unique, and again the Wakanda score as well. So yeah, shout out Ryan Coogler, man. It's amazing to see that elevation and success from all the films that he's done, from Fruitvale to Creed to Black Panther, and then obviously what we see now with Sinners. So
yo, low key, y'all are making some good points in these comments, man. Okay, we have to save some of these for tomorrow. Joseph Weeks says Sly was robbed for Creed as well. I'm like, yo, it's always a supporting cast.
He lost to the Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah, Mark Rylance. Like, yeah, that was weird. That was weird. Like, that, it's funny, like, Coogler low key keeps getting snubbed in these like best supporting categories for some reason, even though he gets the best performances of these people's careers, even at their like later stages. With Delroy, with Sly and all that. Yeah. He made me like Sylvester Stallone. Like, come on, dog. Like,
Martial Arts Film Freak said, honestly, MBJ played 3 roles: Smoke, Stack, and Vampire Stack. Vampire Stack. Bro, I swear, there's so many legendary lines in that movie, and I think most of them are Stack. He's got some crazy funny lines in that movie, and I think they're great.
Facts. Yo, John tapped in for on Real Ones Film. Real Ones Film, again, tap in on the Instagram stories on Instagram at Real Ones Film, and at First Cut TMO, see some exclusive red carpet coverage on Instagram stories. Real One said, "What's up, fellas? Just got in from the Oscars. What I say about Sinners? Bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray." You already know, man. It's it's a bummer. 16 nominations, only 4 wins. It should have won 5. It should have won 6. Honestly, it should have won like 8 or 9. But in a fair world, but again, it's the black tax, it's the horror tax. It's the
genre, yeah.
Genre tax. It had a lot of hills to overcome, and just the fact that it overcame those hills and still won 4. Like if Ryan Coogler just did a normal drama that was like just a bunch of people talking, it'll probably win 16 Oscars and like, freaking go crazy. But that's why we love Ryan Coogler though. He elevates the genres that he's in. And again, he's the modern day Spike Lee plus Christopher Nolan plus maybe even I don't know. Actually, I don't know who else to add in that conversation. But Denny, yeah, maybe in a Denny. To me, just the combination of all the GOATs equaling to personally who I think one of my favorite filmmakers. Quickly, one of my favorite filmmakers.
100%, man. Me too. And that's one of the things it's always going to live with me is like I'll never forget. I tweeted this out like 2-3 months before Sinners. I was like, bro, we're about to get a vampire movie with Michael B. Jordan from the director of freaking Wakanda Forever, Black Panther, and Creed. This shit's about to be special. And that's like that's the kind of director that, like, no matter what you can say about, Ryan Coogler to like a no-name non-film fan, all you have to say is like, he directed Black Panther. It's like, oh shit, yeah, I love Black Panther. Or he directed Creed. It's like, oh shit, I love Creed. Like, now you could start saying, Wakanda Forever and Sinners as well because of the legacy of it all. So
I think now people are kind of considering Ryan Coogler a household name. Like, honestly, like I know a lot of people, like normie people who are not like super cinephiles, but they still know, oh shoot, like they seen, and Ryan Coogler's tapped in. He goes to like places like the Breakfast Club and like certain spaces that, let's be honest, a lot of these white directors don't interact with or don't talk with other black creators or black interviewers or things like that. So Coogler really got like a real fan base. And look, I had said something slightly negative about Coogler one time on the Real Ones podcast.
Oh, that's right. And yeah, I remember that.
For one, I wasn't even saying it. I was like quoting somebody else who was saying it, but whatever. But like, even when I said that slightly negative thing, literally all of the comments were like, why are you talking crap about Coogler? Why would you say spit on this man's name? He's a genius. I'm like, yo, okay, like he really got like a fan base. Like it's a fan base. It's a different fan base because it's not the film bros. It's a bunch of hood dudes from Oakland who might hurt you if you talk too crazy. So I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, that's why I keep giving a shout out to Wakanda Forever, because I think it's such an underrated film and it should be regarded as that as well. And I'm with you on that too. I listened to, when I was doing prep for Sinners, I listened to an interview he did before the movie came out on an Oakland radio station. And I was like, yo, this is the only the A-list Hollywood director who'll show up on a random ass radio show. It had like 300 views on YouTube. And I saw the whole thing. I saw the whole interview. He just kept going and going. But I obviously I think he did it because of Oakland. But the fact that it was just some tiny radio show was really showing you what he was capable of when doing that press run. So yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
And then the pop culture of it all too, right? The pop culture of Sinners, like I said before, iconic moments, iconic lines, musical numbers that are legendary. There was like a video on TikTok that went viral like 9 months ago when Sinners was coming out, with like little kids reenacting Sinners across town. Did you see that? Yeah, and they were going to Walmart and they were telling the Walmart guy to like play along with him. And then they had a kid playing Sammy, and everyone kept saying, "Is that Sammy?" It was kids. It was like 14, 15-year-olds, and so it's one of those things that you remember it. Cornbread doing his little lines. I told you when I saw Sinners, man, Sinners is funny. That's the one thing that's going to keep it going, because Sinners is a funny movie. Delroy's funny, Cornbread's funny, Stack is funny. So that's another thing that people forget about it. It's the comedy of it too, which is going to help it in the long run.
Yeah, no, the comedy of it. Yeah, that's funny. Funny enough, Joseph Weeks said, imagine a Ryan Coogler comedy. That would be funny to see. It's funny. Yeah. I don't know if he would even do a straight up comedy though. It'd probably be like a comedy mixed with like something sci-fi. I don't know. I'd just be very curious to how, but the man knows genre, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he'll know a good way to elevate whatever he does.
Yeah, and to make shit funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some funny lines in all his movies, man. In Black Panther and Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, Black Panther has some dated humor. Even
Wakanda
when
Forever,
it came
then.
out. Yeah, no, it kind of
You brought a spear in here?
Yeah.
That's legendary, bro. And then the you bald-headed demon.
Oh, yeah, that was-
M'Baku, everything M'Baku says is funny.
so it's funny.
Yeah. I don't know. Anything with Denai and M'Baku, I think is pretty funny in that movie. So
Yeah. Oh, Tim Sim. Oh, yo, Tim L. Sim with another super chat. Salute to you, man. Oh, man. We really appreciate it, y'all. It's a special night, man. It's a real special night. Thank y'all. Sorry, Tim said the one Sinners Oscar win I'm probably happy is for. I'm personally happy for is for best cinematography because of both the women who won it and proof that analog filmmaking and 70 millimeter IMAX still has a place somewhere, where someone other than Nolan can work well. Yes. She is also the first woman to ever shoot on IMAX film ever. So this is historic. I love that she shouted out Rachel Morrison, who was Ryan Coogler's previous DP. And I'm guessing maybe that's how, they had that relationship of like maybe working together on creating previous ones and then her being elevated to the DP level. She's a brilliant voice, a necessary voice in the cinematography world. I actually saw a screening of Sinners when Coogler had popped up for a Q&A, and then it was Autumn, the cinematographer. It was Hannah Bleacher, the Academy Award winning production designer who did Wakanda Forever, and it was Ruth Carter, the Academy Award winning costume designer of Sinners and Black Panther movies. And they're all talking about, for one, how Ryan Coogler cultivates a very collaborative and open environment, especially for women in the crew, but also too, like, especially particularly Autumn, just the technicalities, like the specific things that you wouldn't even notice and how they shoot certain sequences, like how they have to center frame for particular shots when they're, shooting in 65 millimeter, wide scope versus when they're doing the, the IMAX 70 millimeter. There's just so much brilliant calculus and composition and things that are just so underrated in the cinematography world that isn't obvious, but that they utilize perfectly. So very deserving win on that respect.
Yeah, it is. I'm with you. Anything about DPs or anything about cinematography, the legends that are living right now, the guy who did Nope, the guy who did Dune, I forget their names off the top of my head.
Greg Fraser did Dune and the Batman.
Greg Fraser.
Hoyt van
Hoytema.
Van Hoytema did Nope and the recent Nolan movies.
Yeah, those guys, and then obviously you can add in Autumn now with that, and I think that's really special. And I'm with you on that. The way she's able to take that mantle and lead it head on with what she did with Sinners is really, really, really special for sure. Yeah, and you're right. The fact that Ryan does choose to work with so many women as well, and then they're the best in their craft. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's the GOAT for a reason. By the way, I just saw his tweet from Discussing Film, so we do have the tallies. One back after another, won 6 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director, and all those other categories, Best Supporting Actor. Sinners, Best Adapted Screenplay. Sinners won 4. Frankenstein won 3. Again, the technical categories. K-Pop Demon Hunter won 2, obviously. Sentimental Value won 1. Weapons won 1. Hamnet won 1, obviously, for, actress. F1 won 1 for sound. And just like Maryland alluded to in the chat, or Marylander alluded to in the chat, Marty Supreme walked away empty-handed.
Yeah.
For Marty, biggest loser.
Yeah.
The biggest loser of the night.
And you know why? I'm not gonna say Kevin O'Leary, bro. If he wasn't in that fucking movie, that movie would have friggin' won so many Oscars, or just, I don't know. I think he dragged that movie down for me, man. I can't get over it because I like that movie, and then I just keep thinking about his performance in that, and I'm just like, man, that shit was whack.
Yeah, son has no class. Like, why? Who shows up to a red carpet wearing the basketball?
Talking about like Cauchy and Polymarket shit, and it's just like, bro,
yeah, and it's like, dog,
get him out of here, bro. If he wasn't in this shit, I would have like been promoting the shit out of Marty Supreme. I would have liked it a lot more. I don't know. I would have been supporting a little more.
No, I think it was. I think, look, let's be real. Like, there's a lot of things against Marty Supreme. It was people got tired of Timothy.
Yeah.
People, look, I know
but that came from the press run that he did, though.
Yeah, that was.
They were saying, is he in character? Is he not in character? You remember that?
Yeah. It's a little self-inflicted pain right there, for sure. And then again, and I know we mentioned on First Cut Live, I know y'all said it didn't matter. I think it hit the ears of some of these Oscar voters, man. I think that little controversy with Homie, with Josh Safdie, I think it made a tiny bit of noise, man.
I don't think so, man. I still think it's funny how that shit happened. But the biggest shit that, bro, people were coming out of the woodwork. People who haven't spoken up in 20 years. We're talking about ballet and opera. Like, my God, bro.
But okay, but
like,
to that though,
straight up, like, legendary actors were just like, I just want to say, ballet and opera is beautiful, and fuck Timmy. And it's like, what?
No. Well, I'll say you're right. People were saying that. My retort would be that whole controversy did happen after voting was closed. So, like,
people keep saying that. I don't think that's true. And I'm gonna push back a little bit. When did voting close? Because I saw that first tweet. That first tweet was like forever ago. I think that was like the 1st of March. But voting didn't close till like late March, right? Or like mid-March? Like March 8th?
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I'm like telling you, man, there's something, I don't know. I still think it helped. That's just my opinion. Because I saw the first tweet that called him out on it. They were like, Marty Supreme, I'm over it because of this comment that he said. Someone tweeted that out. Someone was like, I'm done with Timmy because of this. Sorry
to cut you off. March 5th was the day that Oscar voting closed. So that was March 5th. And okay, I have a Forbes article pulled up. Yo, I hate when they put so many ads on this thing, man. Like, and they have an article saying that he didn't lose it because of that. Okay, here it says. Okay, according to the Forbes article, Oscar voting for the 98th Academy Awards closed on March 5th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Pacific time. The Timothy Chalamet clip did not start gaining serious traction until later that day, exploding on social media.
Serious traction. Okay.
Throughout the weekend of March 6th and 7th.
I think I just saw it early. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, so it was probably right on the line. Yeah. I mean, literally, probably like some people probably saw it. I mean, I wouldn't put it past it being like, look, obviously it was a big deal because they made fun of him like 16 different times through the award show. Like, clearly, like the fact that the opening, they had a whole bit where they had the opera singer dude come out. Like, you know that was not there before. Like, y'all know that was not there. Like, and y'all know that, and like you said, the Misty Copeland thing, like, okay, like maybe that was planned ahead of time, but they definitely like super egged it on.
I don't think it was. I think that was like, let's bring her on to talk about ballet. I'm telling you, man, I never would have thought that ballet people were so pressed, man. They were so easily pressed. Like, oh my God, bro, that's all it took for y'all to come out with like machetes and strapped. Like, oh my God. All he said was like, ballet is kind of trash or whatever. And I was like, damn, bro, y'all that sensitive?
I mean, ballet community's under attack, man.
I guess, man. Yeah, it got weird, but whatever, man. Shout out Timmy. He'll be there. It's also the Kardashian curse too.
It is the Kardashian
sure, bro. Curse. Kardashian curse, yeah. And you see Kendall's commercial. That commercial was terrible.
I didn't see
did you see that?
Which one was that one?
It was like a L'Oreal commercial or some shit, or like a makeup commercial. I don't know. And she comes out as like the makeup sponsor, and then it's like, man, I swear I'm gonna get in trouble if I say this, but whatever. We're live in front of 60 people right now. Homie from Deadpool. It looked like Homie from Deadpool. What's the guy's name?
Sean Levy?
Ranjit? No, Ranjit? Was it Ranjit?
Oh, I know you're talking about the taxi driver homie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looked like him, and he was on his phone, and he was like calling the next girl up. And he was like, next girl. And she was like, "Oh, it's me. Hi, how are you?" He's like, "All right, whatever. Just get your lipstick ready." And he was like playing like the sassy, like mean employee, and he was telling her to get ready to get picture taken or whatever. And then she's like, "It's like whatever. You got to hurry up." And she's like, "I'm the brand ambassador for this." It was weird. I was like, "What?" And then the boss comes in, the boss lady, and she's like, "You say that to our brand ambassador? You're fired." And I was like, what is this commercial? Hey. Literally like anti-employee pro like what?
That's the Kardashian model right
weird.
there.
I was like, what? Like firing random employees for being mean to Kardashians? I don't know. It was weird.
Then I think Kim or one of them had a comment that was like, nobody wants to work these days or something like that. Like that was
yeah. But that was forever ago. But yeah, that was Kim. Yeah. But yeah, man, Kylie, man, just Kylie with the Timmy. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but who knows?
Yeah, no. He definitely breaking up with her after this loss. He's like, yo, you done. No more cursing. Get that curse off of me. He moving he gonna start moving like Pete Davidson from now on. And then speaking of which, Real One said Real One's John Marin said Kevin O'Leary was on the red carpet bragging about betting $1,000 on Timothy to win. Trashy. I totally understand why Marty Supreme went under tonight, but good movie though. Yeah.
It's literally all on him, bro. I swear. It's a good movie. It would have done better if that fool wasn't in it, bro. I swear.
Hey, man.
Just garbage. Absolute garbage.
Hey,
and he was terrible in the movie. So there's that as well. If he was at least good, you could be like, all right, he was at least good. Last thing I'll say is what Film Fan said. Shout out Javier Bardem. So it was gangster as shit, bro, because the fact that they just put him up there, not even winning an award or anything, just a presenter. First, as soon as the lights are on, cameras on, he's like, boom. And he just says no to war and free Palestine, and it was awesome. I just absolutely loved it. It was cool. Yeah. No,
that was great. I loved it. ABC wasn't happy about that. They probably tried to censor it, but the man got up and did what he had to do, man. So that was great. That was great to see. Thank y'all, man. Thank you, Tim Slim. Thank you, Tim Sim, Tim L. Sim. Thank you for both of your super chats. Thank you, Wiley Todd, for gifting the memberships. Thank y'all for everybody watching. I mean, we peaked at like 60 people, like you said. Hit that like button. I have a new film on sale, y'all. I have a feature film myself. It wasn't nominated for Best Documentary this year, but maybe next year. And that is the film I produced called Quarter Life Crisis, starring and directed by buddy of mine's Cade Hughesby. Cade turned 25, and in the 25 days leading up to Cade's 25th birthday, we speak to mad different experts about growing up, aging, maturity, buying houses, dating, personal trainers. It's a fun movie. Fun characters like Jay Washington's in it. Ken Knapsack is in it. Ayanna Taylor, if you've seen Timestamp, and also Demore Man Studio, she be popping on there. She's in it. Statcast, Eve Marlowe, who's a adult actress, is in it, and she's great as well. So there's a lot of funness happening in Quarter Life Crisis. Make sure y'all check that out. Digital, $19.99. Blu-ray, $24.99. We're not talking about some baby features, not some 70 minutes, 80 minutes. No. This is a one battle after another, okay? This is a 2 hour and 25-minute film, hour of deleted scenes, and an hour of bloopers. So run, don't walk, check out Quarter Life Crisis. And if you just want to rent it, it's $6.99 too. The link is in the description down below.
Dope. Yeah, make sure you guys check that out. And if you haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel right now. If you're still watching, make sure you subscribe right now. First thing you got to do, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button as well. Every single one of you guys who tuned in tonight, we definitely appreciate you guys. RB3, where can everyone find you, man?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Director RB3. And Yeah, follow us at First Cut TMO.
And make sure you guys are here tomorrow as well. We will have Sabrina joining the show to make sure to get her Oscar take. So make sure you guys are here for that. You can follow me everywhere at Squad Leader Ace. As RB3 said, make sure you go down to the link in the description below. Look up everything else we got going on. We got Sabak the Block, a Star Wars show on Thursday night. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And that's going to be it for our Oscar after show. So RB3 for the First Cut crew. We're going to be peacing out. So peace.
Oh, yeah.
Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. With the 4/5 divide you in half. You getting at me equals a club half. You do the math, take you out the equation. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. With the 4/5 divide you in half. You getting at me equals a club half. Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Only one can remain. It's either me or you.
Wait, so you're saying I need to be 25 years old to rent a car? Is somebody here I can talk to?
I'm nowhere near where I wanted to be by this age.
Time slipping through my fingers.